Good morning. So, it's October 1st, and I don't know what's really going on with me lately, but there's been kind of a lot. So, I'm just like gonna process it out loud, I guess. And if it really affects somebody, then awesome. I've gone through what I've gone through to actually help somebody else out, because let's just be real, I've gone through some stuff in my day that people are like, wow, girl, I don't know how you even made it through that. I'm like, oh, well, thanks. You make me feel so special. But anyway, most recent thing I've been going through. So in order to say the recent stuff, I have to explain a little bit of the old stuff. So a couple years ago, I had gastric bypass surgery. And anybody that knows much about that knows after you have this surgery, you eat like a bird, like barely at all. But you're supposed to eat like mostly protein, helps you keep the weight off. You're supposed to work out and do all this stuff to like stay in health and whatever. You have to take tons of vitamins, but the vitamins don't normally work well with your stomach, so you end up not taking the vitamins if you're anything like me, because they make you feel worse than they make you feel better. So you just avoid it and hope that one day you're still healthy enough to survive. Anyway, so I had this surgery a couple years ago, and I have been living in Florida for the past almost year, which is bananas. A year ago, my life was very different. But anyway, I've been living out here, and to be honest, it's been like a year of like severe depression. But I've been like pretending like I'm not depressed because I feel like I'm not supposed to be depressed, if that makes any sense. I mean, eventually we'll get there. Anyway, so I found out that this whole bypass surgery and depression, they're not really a good match, because when you're depressed, you don't want to eat, and when you have bypass surgery, you don't want to eat really either. So I don't know if this is true or not, but one of the doctors said that whenever you have bypass surgery, they literally cut out the part of your stomach that sends the message to your brain that says you're hungry. So you have to like literally tell yourself you're hungry. Well, when you're depressed, you're not hungry. So I haven't really been eating, and I didn't really notice that, which that sounds really stupid, but I just didn't. So anyway, I started getting pretty sick a couple weeks ago now, and not like understanding why. There's a girl at work that I work with her almost every day, and she got COVID. This guy got COVID that I work with as well. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe I have COVID, which would really stink, but it would explain why I feel the way I feel, you know. Sorry, it's kind of chilly out here. Anyway, it would explain things, and I wouldn't have to really think too hard. Well, I just pretended like it was COVID, because if I did a test, well, then I fall into this category of people that's scared of COVID. Like, I have a really weird thought process. Anyway, I'm not scared of COVID. I just figure like maybe I'm just sick, you know, it's whatever. Well, my mom has a blood pressure cuff for whatever reason, so I figured, okay, well, maybe it's my blood pressure, like, because I'm not really feeling super sick today, but I still feel a little bit off. And I should explain what's like the sickness feeling. Like, I've been super dizzy. I've been feeling like my heart is like literally gonna explode out of my throat, which is weird. feeling like super irritable, like literally want to come off the page for anything. Like my kids look at me funny and I just want to tear them apart, or like somebody cuts me off in traffic and I could literally kill them. Okay, not literally, I hate it when people use that word wrong, but anyway, I want to kill them. So I'm like super irritable and super dizzy. Well, the other day I started throwing up because of how dizzy I was, and I've had these migraines, just like all this stuff. So I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe it's because of my blood pressure. So I checked my blood pressure and it's normal. Like, hi. My blood pressure is good or whatever. I make other people in my family check it, and I had the best one. I'm just kidding. It's nothing really to be proud of. Like, so what if I have good blood pressure? Anyway, so I'm like, wow, but I still feel like crap. And it's symptoms that I would assume would be related to blood pressure. Well, anyway, my mom's diabetic. So I'm laying in bed like the whole world is twirling. I swear, I have never been so dizzy in my life, and I've been on the teacups, okay? Like, I love the teacups. Anyway, so I go to my mom's house and I'm like, hey, can I try just for poops and giggles and check my blood sugar? Because maybe that's what's wrong with me lately, right? Well, check my blood sugar, and I had like just eaten maybe an hour ago, like candy. I ate candy an hour ago. They were bomb, by the way, but anyway, beside the point. I ate candy, and then I go over and check my blood sugar, and it shows up that my blood sugar is at 70, which when you pull it up on Google, it says that 70 is a healthy fasting blood sugar. So I'm looking like, okay, well, what's fasting mean? Because I just had candy. Well, fasting is definitely not just eating candy. So I drank some orange juice because my mom's like, oh, well, when my blood sugar is low, I drink some orange juice and it helps me out. So I drink probably about 8 ounces of orange juice, and it's like magic. Like, somehow my dizziness is just totally gone, and I don't have a headache anymore, and like all these symptoms, it's irritability and all this stuff, it's just gone. Well, sitting there with this empty glass of that had orange juice in it in my hand, I'm like, okay, well, could this be like something that's regularly happening? Like, is my blood sugar low all the time? And I'm thinking, and that's when I put it all together, that yeah, probably, because when you don't eat, I drink a Red Bull a day, like, and otherwise I literally eat ice because I could barely drink water to keep it down. I don't really put anything else in my body. Yeah, this definitely could be the problem. Like, my blood sugar is probably exactly what the problem has been. So the rest of the day, I'm watching and like making sure that I eat every couple of hours, because with bypass surgery, you're supposed to eat small amounts, but every 2 to 3 hours, which is a hassle. I knew what I was getting into. They taught me all this stuff before I actually did the surgery. But bro, eating that often is like some people's actual joy. Like, they would just be totally ecstatic to be able to eat that often. I hate it. I actually hate that I have to eat that often. And I don't think that's just because I'm depressed, but like, when you have bypass surgery, there's a lot of crap that goes into it. Like, you can't eat this, you can't eat that. This gets stuck in your stomach and that hurts if you eat that. And like, just nonsense. Like, sorry, I don't know if anybody's realized I'm super winded, but I've been walking my neighborhood and I'm like winded. Anyway, so I guess this whole long story I've been telling is to put it out there that I'm going to be learning how to eat like an actual person that has bypass surgery and like get all my protein in again and like actually try to sustain my life, because this whole dizziness is for the wolves. Like I don't want this anymore. This really sucks. Like I had to go home early from work twice last week, and no, for anybody that knows me knows that's like a huge deal. I don't do that. Like I'm a mostly single parent. Like I don't really think about myself like that, but I mean technically I am a single parent, and I can't just afford to not go to work. Like that's not a luxury that some of us get. Plus whenever I work, it makes me actually feel like I'm putting something into the world. Like, so the depression that I was telling you about, it's a little bit better whenever I go to work. Like, just enough better that I stay alive, you know? But anyway, I'm gonna be working on my whole eating thing, and my mom is really trying to get healthier and lose weight and get her blood sugars under control. And you know, when you're eating a lot of protein and trying to eat the right stuff for gastric bypass surgery, you also are eating well for a diabetic diet. So I'm like, okay, well maybe God is putting me in this situation so I could help my mom get healthy. You know, how great is that? Like I get to be one of her supporters and cheerleaders or whatever. So you'll probably see my mom in here a lot. Like I said, I'm a mostly single parent, so I mean, I'm a super protective single parent, so I can't promise you're gonna see my kids right away, but I'll talk about them a lot, and I'll probably rant a lot. But most of all, I love the Lord Jesus Christ with my whole entire heart, and I feel like he's giving me some sort of a platform to let me share like what I've gone through, and how you don't have to really do it alone, even when you feel like you're alone, because the creator of the universe actually cares about you. So sorry, I'm all emotional, but God woke me up at like 5 o'clock this morning, and I don't like mornings, so I'm stepping out in faith right now and believing that this is for somebody that needs to hear it, you know? And if it's not for somebody in the internet world, well, I promise you God's talking to me and I need to hear it, so it's for somebody. But anyway, you'll see a lot of different stuff. I have been diagnosed with OCD, but I don't claim that over myself. I battle that regularly, so I'll probably talk about that kind of stuff. I'm a psychology major in college, so gosh, I really shouldn't be dealing with depression, because I know the helps out there and stuff. But anyway, whatever. I'll probably talk about that kind of stuff. I got ADHD, and my daughter has extreme ADHD, so we'll probably talk about that at some spots. But really, just whatever happens with life. We'll probably take a little walk in my neighborhood, because I need to get in shape, and just talk about random stuff. There's probably going to be cooking stuff, and I have a big family, like not like one of those massive families, but we all live pretty close, except for one of my closest brothers. Actually, he lives in Colorado still. I love you, brother. I miss you, and I wish you were here with us, for real, like for real. But anyway, I'll be cooking for not just people that have bypass surgery or diabetes, but like my brothers are normal, hardworking people. My dad, my kids are picky as crap, but hey, that's all right. We'll work on that stuff together. So I am not an editor yet. I and mostly just a chatty Cathy with the phone. So if you like it, you like it. If you don't, that's cool. I'm just putting myself out there right now and believing that God's gonna use me for whatever. So anyway, hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later.